It's a warm welcome from the city of Krakow, and I'm here to show you a couple of sites that are associated with the Jewish history in Krakow, dark times of Krakow's history and the Jews. The first of these is Heroes Square, which you can see right in front of me, which is a memorial to the Jewish population here, and the display is a number of chairs that you see here, each I think representing 1,000 Jews. And you can see a number of these here in the square. Larger chairs here, groups of 3 smaller chairs here in Heroes Square. So this is where the Jews were rounded up for selection. So you can imagine in that time being rounded up here, you're being selected to go to this camp, to that camp, labor work, Plaszow camp. So dark history here in Krakow. And there's also the remains of the Ghetto Wall as well, which I'll take you to after this, because it's very close by to the Heroes Square. And often you do see people just because I don't think you do get a number of people who don't know the history here, even though there are signs up here, people sitting on the chairs, jumping around, and it is actually a memorial site as well, so think of it that way, pay respect. Dark history happened here, people were rounded up, the Jews were rounded up here, the possessions taken from them, and then sent away to camps. How many of those survived? I'm not sure. A good thing is that they do have a display here that shows the time in detail. During World War II there was no widespread participation of Polish Jews in the resistance movement for several reasons. One of them was the insidious policy of the Germans for the first year of the occupation, trying to leave a shadow of hope for survival. So so making them think that they were going to survive, and then there's a little chance of resistance. And here's a map of the ghetto. So that would have been walled, all of that area would have been walled. And like I said, I'll take you to the remains of the Ghetto Wall. And you've got a picture of the gate as well, entry into the ghetto. Quite a few pictures also in the Schindler factory, Emalia, showing you the ghetto history. But it's a good thing actually that they do have this display here, so if people do come here, they're not unaware of what the importance of this site is, because a lot of people generally walk past as well, and they take no notice of what happened here. But it's got a significant history when you think about it. And Schindler's List probably is a good film to see, that gives you a bit of an insight into the history here in Krakow itself. Scenes like that were carried out all over Europe. The Jewish population, wherever they were picked out and targeted. And it's good that they've put this display. It's actually metal, it's metal chairs. So it's a good display that they've got here in memory of those who were here at that time, in memory of those who were selected, in memory of those who lived and are no longer around, in memory of those who've survived as well. And once they've departed, to remember what sacrifices were made in Krakow, in this area, the significance. So let's actually move on down to the Krakow Ghetto Wall from here. I've just come down to the remains of the Krakow Ghetto Wall, and there was a display at the Oskar Schindler factory in Emalia a replica, and it was of the same sort of style. This is the remains of the real Ghetto Wall, and it's actually got a sign in Polish and Hebrew. I do have a translation because there's not one here. Here they lived, suffered and died at the hands of the German torturers. From here they began their final journey to the death camps. So many would have left the ghetto and gone to Plaszow or gone to Auschwitz and died at those camps, or even before. They could have been shot, not knowing when their death would come. But this is the remains of the actual wall. And it's good that there actually are remains, because a lot of things do get bulldozed and new properties and buildings come up in their place, but it's a good thing that these remains are still here, and there's a sign here as well, and hopefully these will be protected till the end of time, really. Amazing to think of what time would have been like. Imagine being stuck between walls, a ghetto surrounded by walls. And actually you wouldn't notice this was here, because there's plenty of other buildings here, a lot of shops, restaurants. There's a restaurant next door actually, and then you come slowly up to the Ghetto Wall, which is between two buildings here. So I'm guessing at that time this building wasn't here, and they would have had the wall going around. See trees on the other side. But yeah, that's the Heroes Square and the remains of the Krakow Ghetto Wall. Hopefully the vlog was worthwhile, educational. Not all vlogs are fun and games, and it's been a learning experience for me as well. So from the remains of the Krakow Ghetto Wall, it's goodbye.